Hi everyone, Cendril here, and welcome to the second Toukiden stream. Easy for me to say. Hope all of you are doing well today. As I get chat up for myself. We are here in Maharoba Village, and I figured I would start this stream with the tutorial for the next weapon we will be using. If I equip it. You can equip things right here, by the way. Which will be the longbow. And see, it's huge. It is a longbow. More like a great bow, but anyway, it's huge. And we will go to the bow training. You'll see the bow has quite a few different tricks. Follow the instructions. Attack the enemy. Square is the basic attack for the bow. You can just continuously press square and you'll just continue to fire arrows. You don't have to worry about ammo or anything with the bow. You just have an infinite supply of arrows. You just continue to fire. You can also store up energy for an attack by holding square. Pretty standard stuff. There you go. It's pretty standard. After you fire an arrow, if you don't do anything, you will do a strong draw. Like you saw there. It's like you really... It's like you're restringing the bow or something. I don't know. Retightening it or something. I don't know. Why does it say what? Oh, on the bottom right? Like you gotta help me when you say stuff like that. You gotta give me a direction to look. Those are the abilities, if you remember from last stream, that the defense Matama gives us. Those have limited charges. Like the shield, the invincibility, heal, all those. That's what that is. So after you fire an arrow, if you don't take an action, you'll like retighten the string or something. But anyway, it gives you a brief attack boost. Quick knocks. Triangle, 2 triangles, 3 triangles. Knock an arrow and let it fly at an enemy. If you press triangle while knocking the arrow, you can fire up to 3 arrows at once. More arrows you fire, the greater your attack range. So, just 1 arrow. It's just a standard, just a arcing arrow like that. Knock 2 arrows, you do it's like you fire 5 arrows, even though we only knock 2. Don't ask. So you see, it gives you some range. If you knock 3 arrows, you get that fountain type effect. Pretty useful. You're not sure exactly where you want to, not exactly which body part you want to hit, or just let you hit enemies more, more than one enemy. Three triangle presses. Okay, that's the standard stuff. Using fixation, which is the circle button, greatly reduces your attack and charge times, but you're unable to move and it consumes focus. So your focus, aka your stamina gauge, will constantly go down while you have it up. Homing arrow uses the circular cursor to target body parts, and pressing R1 allows you to focus on a single body part. So, Enter mode, you can see our focus drains really quickly. But you can fire a lot of arrows. Plus everything else the tutorial just said. Holding down circle will let you aim a homing arrow. And then release it to fire. So you target where you want to hit, and then let it go. Useful, but again it consumes some focus. Cursed arrow and evasion shot. Fires a specially marked arrow at attacked body parts. So if we've hit the enemy, for example, on the leg, we can mark the leg. And then if we shoot that marker, it will explode and do a lot of damage. So it's like a two-step process. You shoot the mark arrow at wherever you want to hit. Shoot the mark, which makes it explode. Evade shot allows you to evade an attack while knocking an arrow. And it will cause additional damage based on the number of markers and the strength of the shot. So the stronger the shot, the more damage you do. I see a lot of the bow stuff plays off of each other. So there's the mark. Goes out in a spread like you saw. And then if we were to home and fire, you get an explosion. Now we do the evasion shot. So we knock an arrow. So we have it ready. Then it'll be easier if I don't use triangle, if I just use this, for example. Like that. Personally, I don't find that very useful because you have your... you don't have enough. Just imagine you're holding a controller. If you're holding down triangle, and then you need to press square and X, you can either, sometimes it won't. It's just difficult to do. To me, they should have just assigned it to like X or something. That way you could just rotate down, or one of the like L or R1 or something. Alright, too many buttons to press there at once, and still have your still holding the controller like normal. But we need to do it again. So when you do the evasion shot, you can then knock an arrow and fire in the air. And then, like always, you get the... Come on. I think I hit the tree. You get the destroyer stance. Sure, Neko. Boom, there you go. The bow is... simplistic in some ways. But you have to remember the advantage you have with the bow. You're at range. Now, to really aim up, you're not going to be moving and firing the bow at the same time. But with the bow, you can get some pretty precision shots, or you can get some spread shots. It's a versatile ranged weapon. Admittedly, I'm not very good with the bow. It's not my personal weapon of choice. But it does have range going for it, has some versatility with the different quick knock shots. And again, you get to be at range.
こんにちは。およ、紅月くんから報告を受けて
I'm
いる。
just skipping past this. Benezuki's reported me in full. Hi, Kaze. This guy runs the place where you get missions.
赤しの儀に合格おめ
Congratulations
で
on
と
passing the
う。
rite of truth.
とて
A
も
very
優秀な
impressive
成
result.
績だ。紅月くんが褒めていた
Benezuki
よ。
praised your efforts too.
彼女は
She's
里
the
で最強
strongest
だ。
in the village.
誇る
You
とい
should be
い。
proud.
本部を代表して新たな仲間を歓迎しよ
Allow me to officially greet you as the representative of our HQ.
う。マホロバの里にようこそ。
Welcome to Maharoba Village.
私は和江。ここの事務
I
官
said
をし
he
てい
is
る。
the secretary here.
本部では鬼の情報を集約して個々の者の府に討伐依頼を出している。
Which is very important. Basically, everything goes through him. He gets information on Oni, posts them here for Slayers to take as missions.
今後は君にもお願いすることになるだろう。
We'll start to make requests of you now, too.
ただ無理は禁物だ。
Don't overextend yourself, however.
かを知り己を知らば百戦危うからず。
Know your enemy and yourself, and you will face no hardship in battle. That's very, very true, but just very
任務の
broad.
内容に実力が追いついているかよく考えてから受けることだ。
Think carefully and ensure that your skills match the details of the mission.
それと次
More
の決まりがある。
importantly,
日頃気をつけてく
your
れ。
equipment matches the details of the mission. There's also a code that you must follow. Pay careful attention to it.
一つ、職務をおろそかにするべからず。
Here's the code. This is like the code of the Slayers. At least for this village. First, work with speed, but not haste. And you may be thinking, well, that's the exact same thing. There's a difference. Haste is more of panic. You're rushing. And he's saying, work fast but controlled. There's a difference. Be quick but don't hurry.
一つ、物の不同士争うべからず。
Second, this is very important. Slayers will not fight amongst themselves. There's too much. We got too many problems with Oni to be fighting amongst ourselves.
一つ、神垣の巫女を軽んずべからず。
Third, respect the sacred shrine maiden. Why? Because she's the one that keeps the barrier up and keeps the entire village safe. Which is really important.
最後に、お頭に背くべからず。
Finally, obey the chief.
最後のは今は無効だね。お頭は2年前に亡くなってしまった。
But that last one doesn't apply because the last chief died 2 years ago.
里には必ず指導者たるお頭がいるものだが、マホロバでは空席のままだ。
So every village is supposed to have a chief that acts as the leader of the village. But the post is here. But the post here is open. Why what?
いろいろ複雑な事情があってね。
Reasons are a bit complicated. Why there's...
しかし近々お頭選議がある。里の全員で
I don't even
新しいお頭を選ぶんだ。
However, there's going to be a rite of selection soon. Everyone in the village will vote on the next chief. So apparently there's going to be a vote soon.
君も誰に票を入れるか考えておくといい。
Because that's just how it is, Neko. There's a difference between like speed and haste. Like basically, the whole thing is to work fast, but not so fast that you're making mistakes. And I said, be quick, but don't hurry. That's basically what he's saying. You should give some thought to who you'll vote for too.
近衛の隊長ヤクモと侍の隊長トウヤが候補だ。
The two candidates are Yakumo, leader of the guards, and Toya, leader of the samurai. That's not great. Because, remember, we learned last stream that they're at each other's throats. So the two leaders of these opposing factions are both vying to be chief of the village.
本当は
Which is a big
もう一人
big
立
role.
候補してほしい人物がいるが。
To tell the truth, there's one more person I would like to put their name in.
すまない。余計なことを言ったな。
But I'm speaking out of turn.
最後に一つ気をつけてほしいことがある。
There's one thing you need to be careful of.
行動限界だ。
The exposure limit.
鬼の住む
This is
怒
very
りに
important.
は正気という毒が満ちている。
The other world in which the Oni live is filled with a poison called miasma.
これを一度に取り込みすぎると死ぬ。
If you're exposed to too much of it at once, you will die. For missions, this will act as a sort of time limit. But when you're wandering around, it also acts as a time limit. But there are areas that are worse for you and areas that aren't as bad for you. And we'll get more on all of that later.
正常な場所にいれば排出されるから危険を感じたらすぐに里に戻ってくれ。
So does anybody want to watch me play this? Like, I'm just asking. I don't know. Returning to a clean place will expel it again. So if things get dangerous, come straight back to the village.
長いは無用だ。
And when you get back to the village barrier cleanses you. I don't know if he just went over that, or if I just told you. But anyway, the barrier cleanses the miasma. Never staying out there too long. That's basically the gist of
他に
it.
困ったことがあったら相談を。物の符を支えるのが私たちの仕事だ。
I can also help you with any other problems you might have. It's my job to support all slayers.
ではこれからよろしく。
I look forward to working with you too.
汝に英雄の導きがあらんことを。
May the light of the heroes illuminate your path. We can now use the command center, where we can get
どんな任務
where you can get missions. Also, a time limit exists for missions due to miasma. That's what I just went over. If you exceed the time limit, the mission is a failure. When miasma levels change due to otherworld conditions, a question mark is displayed. So levels can change. Which means they can't tell you exactly how much of a time limit you have, because conditions can change. These are, they're optional missions. It will tell you to kill a certain amount of different enemies, and they will show you the enemies here. There's an ogre which we faced, and these enemies. As you go further in the story, more missions will pop up. These are also the kind of missions you take in multiplayer when you're playing with friends. You'll take a mission to slay certain Oni and go try to do it within the time limit. You see, the time limit's very generous here. They're all 90 minutes. And it tells you the location, which is the place we were last time, just in the hills. And there's retreats. So it says 0 of 3. It means that you can die, your party can die 3 times before the mission fails. Now, each death counts as 1. So let's say I was playing with 3 friends, and I went down once and completely died. You can revive your party members, to an extent. And I completely died. Well, I'll respawn, and that's 1 retreat. 2 more, and we fail. So that's how that works. So like, I'll just do one of these just to show. You get to take a full party with you, which is a party of 4, unless the mission says you can't. That happened in the first game. So you get to take yourself, of course, and 3 other party members. So I'll take the Professor, Toukiden, and Benezuki. Basically, as you go through the game, you'll meet more party members that you'll be able to take along with you. So this one's going to be very easy. It's just imps, which we've killed a whole bunch. You go up to the gate, press X, and you'll be taken to the mission area. Then you kill the Oni that it wants you to. You can see them on the... Alert! The second wave is attacking, so now there will be more imps. This one's very basic. You'll have missions like this, but you can face all kinds of demons. There you go. Took 35 seconds. Done. It'll also tell you the clear time, which is good. And you can still purify for materials. You can see we don't have a big area we can wander in, and it'll be that way for quite a few missions, at least for my experience. That's something I also forgot to go over. When you go to the mission, you can go to the next page, and you get rewards just for doing the mission. You'll get some materials, and you will also get some Haku, aka cash. Every mission will give different things. So if you need a particular item, it's like, man, I need a ruby to finish making this item. You can go try to find the ruby, go find it as a drop, go find it just out in the world, or you can run a mission and get it guaranteed along with some other stuff. So if you're looking for something specific, a mission can help you get that item, as long as one of the missions has it as an item. Try creating new weapon or armor here and equipping it. You should have all the necessary materials. See what you would like. However, be careful not to make something you're already wearing. That's true. Don't make something you're already wearing. So we can make some new weapons here. As you see, they'll have better stats than whatever it is you're using. So the Mayumi bow here is close to the longbow. Just better. It has more dex, has more attack. And the look changes as well. So they would just look standard, and this one looks more fancy. They'll continue to look even fancier as we go through. Now you can see we don't have enough toxic things. We're 1 short. We picked up that multi-purpose rock. Now, I haven't seen many multi-purpose rocks in the little bit that I've played the game. They seem to be rare, and they can replace any material you need, which is really fancy, so I would recommend holding on to them as much as you can, because, like I said, I haven't seen many. Maybe they're less rare later. But so far they've been really rare. But we can always see a poison spitter. What's a poison spitter? You can go to the Encyclopedia Oni. Oh look! This is a poison spitter. Poison spitter is the spider. Really useful. That wasn't in the first game, to my knowledge. Well, the encyclopedia was, but not this. Where do I get this item? Instead of having to guess or look it up. You can get information on where the items are. Really useful. We're wearing the Slayer set. There's this Holy Guard set. And this Guard set. More defense. So basically it's better at everything except Aegis, which is just a little less. And you can see it's just a fancier looking version of what we have now. There's the chest piece, there's the gloves, and there's the greaves. You can see one piece at a time. Which is cool that you can see the visual of how it looks too. That way if there's two armors that are close, it's like, oh, I don't know if I want this one or this one, you can go off of look if you want to. I'm not going to make anything right now. Oh, I have to make something. That's fine. We'll make the Holy Guard helm. And we'll equip it. Because it had better stats for everything except Aegis, and it didn't lose that much. Only lost 5. And you can see we're now wearing the new headgear. Which you can turn on and off again. Again, if I haven't set that. This was like pretty good armor. That's alright. So here's what they say quite a bit when it comes to gear. The only gear that can defeat Oni is gear made from Oni, which is why you gather the pieces and make gear. Defeat the Oni attacking the village while using materials from them to forge better equipment, and that's the general thing. That's how you continuously upgrade yourself. Repeat this process and you can become a more powerful slayer than you can ever imagine. Familiar can be best, as they also say. You also have the option to fortify your equipment and make it stronger. I've been using this chain whip for 10 years. No plans on changing it now. Everyone has their own approach. Find the one that works for you. Store the equipment and materials you have collected in the equipment chest and materials chest in your house. House was originally a storehouse for the Machina Lab. After we brought you in, the professor tidied it up. It's rare for her to do anything for herself. That means you can use it however you like, anyway. You can change your gear at the equipment chest and check your materials at the materials chest. Now they have limits. There'll be quests we can take to upgrade those limits at some point. Have one final thing to talk to you about. Quests and joint operations. We aren't the only ones living in this village. There are many others, including villagers and slayers. Helping these people in their daily lives is also the duty of a slayer. So, when you're just wandering around outside, you can find other slayers that could use a hand. If you go into that area, you'll see them on the minimap. If you go up to them, you'll get thrown into some random quest, basically. And what I've seen is to kill the Oni that they're trying to kill. If you do that, you will get not only the satisfaction of helping them, but they will also follow you around for a short period of time and help you out with whatever you're doing. So it's like having another NPC help you. It could be really useful. Looks like a good opportunity. Will you help me with just such a task? Let's work together to complete either a quest or a joint operation. Quests are side quests, basically. Villagers that need help, or you can just find them out randomly. Let's go help someone. Man, it sounds like a pain. Don't start complaining again. Heroes save people. That's how it is. Heroes, huh? Let's go, Cendril. Let's go. Complete a quest or a joint operation. Quest on the minimap will have a... Head to the hills. We'll have a scroll on the minimap. Joint operations will have the Slayer symbol, which is on the front of the tunic here. You can barely see it. But that symbol on the tunic, that is the Slayer symbol. It's also right here. That is the Slayer symbol. When you lend a hand to other Slayers fighting in the vicinity, it's called the joint operation. So you see there's a quest right here. Because of the scroll. Not this guy. Right here. Who hasn't spawned in yet. There we go. Have to wait for them to finish talking. And... Sorry about this, but do you have a moment? Work in Slayer HQ in the acquisition of materials. That information doesn't matter at the moment, does it? Well, anyway, I was collecting grass rings, but I just went and sprained my ankle. So you see, I'd like you to collect 2 more grass rings for me. Should be able to find them in the forest. Sorry for being so pushy. Not sure if we have 2 grass rings already. Just from when we were out. Yep, we already have. Just from when we were out going to different missions. Grass rings, thank you so much. Isn't much, but here's a little something. Please take it. You complete a quest, you'll get some stuff. We got some rice. We got some vegetables. And some pork. And we got 1,000 Haku, which is really nice. So there you go. Complete quests when you see them. Quest and joint operations. They will help you. I need to go further in. Yeah, there we go. Return to the village. We did it. You still can't find them? Do you even have eyes? Uh-oh.
申し訳ありません。捜索範囲があまりにも広く。
Sir, my apologies. The search area is just too large.
愚か者どもめ。深追いするなと言命したはずだぞ。
Fools, all of you. I gave strict orders not to go too deeply inside.
何揉めてんだ?
What's the issue now?
ヤクモ、何かあったのですか?
Yakumo, is there a problem?
紅月か。この絵の一体が異界から戻らない。
A unit of the guards is yet to return from the other world. Well, that's not great. Remember, there's this whole exposure limit thing. So if they're not dead, they're gonna need help anyway.
大型鬼を追尾中だったらしい。おそらくやられたな。
They were in pursuit of a large oni. My guess is they've been killed.
貴様、言葉を慎め。
You stay out of this.
現実を直視したくないならそれで構わん。
Go ahead. Ignore reality.
どのみち侍も近衛も異界の捜索で正気を取り込みすぎた。
In neither case, both the samurai and the guards have been exposed to too much miasma in the other world.
行動限界だ。
We've reached our exposure limit.
これ以上の捜索は不可能。 自力で戻ってくるのを期待するんだな。
We can't continue the search. Just hope that they come back on their own.
角潰しが。所詮戸様は戸様。下船の血は角船と見える。
You leave them to die? You can't hide your true colors for long, can you, outsider?
言いたいことはそれだけか。
That's all you've got to say.
おい。
And they're ready to
本気か
go.
バカども。
Hey, cool off, both of you.
おお、面白い。俺も混ぜろよ。
I'd say things are just getting interesting. Let me get in on this.
双方引いてください。
Both sides, back down immediately.
あなたたちは鬼と戦う者の負のはず。
You're slayers. Once you fight Oni,
過去にどのような因縁があろうと協力し合うのが約定です。
you're sworn to work together, regardless of your past.
自ら立てた誓いに背く、それが誇り高き者の負の道ですか。
To stand by the vow you have taken, that is the true and righteous path, the path of the Slayer. Apparently they're not buying it. Whatever. If they're just not gonna shut up, then I'm gonna take charge. Cendril?
何のつもりだ。東の者の冬。
What are you planning, Slayer from the East?
な
I'll help you.
んだと。
What?
なるほど、いい考えです。
I see. Good idea.
私たちで救援に向かいましょう。
We'll go find them.
おいおい。
And everybody's
俺ら
super
が
shocked.
探すのかよ。
Hold on. You have to go and find them? Yeah, shut
悪
up.
かねえ考えだが、異界は広大だ。俺たちだけじゃ時間がかかりすぎるぜ。
That's not a bad idea. The other world is big. Take too long for just the four of us.
その点は心配するな。
Don't worry about that. Hey, Professor.
貴様は魔女。
You, witch!
出たな地獄耳。
She really does hear everything.
鬼の痕跡をたどる手段がある。全域を捜索せずとも部隊を発見できるはずだ。
I have a way to track the movements of Oni. We should be able to find them without having to search everywhere.
部隊が消息を絶った場所はわかるか？
Where did you lose track of them?
アンの領域の遺跡の近くだ。連絡要員を残して消えた。
Close to the ruins in the Age of Peace. They vanished, leaving their contact personnel behind.
ならそこから痕跡をたどればいい。
That's where you can track them from then.
現場指揮はお前が取れ。鬼の手の扱いに最も
Cendril, you
長けて
take
いるのはお
command.
前
You
だ
have。the most experience with using the demon hand.
鬼の手を使って痕跡をたどる。通信で指示を出すからその通りに行動しろ。
Use it to track the movements of the Oni. I'll give you instructions. Just do as I say. Sure.
時間が惜しい。すぐにでも取り掛かるぞ。
Time is precious. Let's get started right away.
大した物好きだな。お前を魔女と呼ぶ相手をなぜ助ける？
You're a strange one. Why do you aid someone who calls you witch?
私の目的は鬼に勝つことだ。人間相手に争っている暇などない。
My purpose is to defeat the Oni. I have no time to also be fighting other humans.
お前は正しい。だが、すべての者がそう考えるとは限らない。
You're right, of course. It's just that not everyone thinks like you.
戻るぞ。
We're leaving. Bye.
信用できんな。東の者の冬。貴様はまだ里の者の筆すらな。
I don't trust you, Slayer from the East. You aren't even a village slayer yet.
いいえ、ヤクモ。すでに証の儀は終えました。
Actually, Yakumo, you can shut your pie hole. the right of truth has already been taken and passed.
この者はもう立派な里の者の符です。
So
信じ
you
て
are,
託してく
as
ださい。
usual,
ヤコ
incorrect. You can trust us with this task.
いいだろう。貴様を信じるぞ、からくり使い。
Very well. You have my trust for now, Machina user.
決して魔女を頼るわけではない。そのことを明記しておけ。
Do not take this to mean I'm relying on that witch. Let me make that clear.
どちらでも構わんさ。目的を
I don't
達成
care
で
how
きれ
you
ばな。
justify it, just as long as we achieve our goals.
西の監視小屋付近に異界への入り口がある。
There's an entrance to the other world close to the Western Watcher's outpost, which we've already been to.
そこから
That's
暗
where
の
we
領
had
域
our,
の遺跡を目指せ。 あとは
test.
私が通信で指示する。
Then head to the ruins in the Age of Peace. I'll guide you from there.
よし。しっかりな。からくり使い諸君。
Right. Time to prove your mettle, my troop of Machina users. Oh, forgot something important. Need to tell you something else. I developed a new feature for the Demon Hand. It's called an attack skill. Again, a bit on the nose, but... Attack skills are special powers extracted from the Matama within the Demon Hand technique. They have a trade-off, but can have powerful effects. Demon Burial can reduce the cooldown time for attack skills. Demon Burial is when you stop the counterattack. When they have that aura around them and you grab them with the hand and pull them down, that's Demon Burial. So if you do that, it'll reduce the cooldown time on attack skills. So she explains how it works. Use this new technique if anything happens. It should be a powerful ally for fighting Oni. Make sure you attach a Matama right away. Okay, so now we have a third Matama we can attach. Further giving you even more options for how you want to play this game. You have your style, your battle style, which will affect the abilities you have at your disposal. You have a evasion skill, aka a defensive ability, that that will help you whenever certain conditions are met. And now you have an attack skill. The attack skill will again change depending on whichever form you have. Whichever form the Matama is. So defense is onslaught. For a limited time, part of your defense becomes attack. But you're losing defense. Luminescence is the attack skill. You power up your attack and your attack techniques for a short period of time. Such as attack techniques that you have here. But the trade-off is the red portion of the health gauge doesn't refill automatically like it normally does while this skill is active. So you're not going to have any passive health regen. For control, it is Summon Disciple. You summon an Oni where you last attacked for a limited time. So wherever you attack, an Oni is going to pop up and do damage there. Just over and over as long as the enemy is on that spot. The damage it inflicts also gives you health and focus back. But again, there's a trade-off. You have lower elemental defense, which is a big deal because a lot of enemies have elemental type attacks. But we're going to go with Hatsu on the attack skill because I have the other two already equipped where I want them to be. I'll do my best for you. I hope so. So there we go. Battle skill, which determines your skills. Your battle style, which determines your skills. An evasion / defensive skill. It says evasion, but I think of it more as a defensive skill. And an attack skill. You can use evasion skills and attack skills as often as you like, so long as you have the demon hand, and so long as they're not on cooldown. When you have them active, don't hold back. Are you also making sure to swap your skills around on your Matama? You won't be able to defeat Oni without realizing the full potential of your Matama. Think carefully about which skills to use. So, if you're still confused about any or all of the Demon Hand and the styles of Matama, you don't have to worry about that anymore. You can go get training from there. Learn about the properties and learn about the skills as well. So we have our weapon training, and then you have all the Matama training as well, and we also have the Demon Hand. But you have all the different types of Matama you can get. We have attack, defense, and control. But you can see there's also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more different Matama styles. All which give you different abilities when they're on the weapon, different armor effects when on the evasion armor effects, and different attack skill abilities as well. There's a lot. Plus the weapon you choose. So don't sell this game short on just how many different ways to play are. Plus, there's these abilities to choose from. And each Matama will have different boosts to mix and match even further. To get every ounce of power you can out of you. Okay. I've shown off the bow. Next, we will switch to the Naginata. And we'll take the training with it. So you can see the different moves it has at its disposal. Naginata is a long-handled weapon that's easy to wield. Fast attack, Evening Star. The basic attack for the Naginata, you just press square. That's for a lot of things. They allow for multiple rapid attacks and put you in a hyper-skilled state, which lets you target multiple body parts at once. And you can also hold down square to perform a powerful attack. So basically, the more you attack, the better the Naginata becomes. Press square to perform a combo attack and enter a hyper-skilled state. Then perform Evening Star. So, fast attack. You'll see we'll start to get in a aura around us. There you go. And I believe it goes up. Yeah, there we go. It has 2 different stages. So now we're in a hyper-skilled state. Hold down, and you can use the state to do even more damage. So you charge up this hyper skill state and then use a charge of it to do extra damage. Pretty basic. Lunging strike and a special jump attack. Perform wide-reaching attacks while advancing forward with a triangle. You can hold down triangle to jump while attacking. Then you can attack in the air. So you can launch yourself up. So there's the lunging strike. It's just a fast way to do a sweeping attack. Hold the button down, you can launch yourself in the air, and then you can do basic attacks. Or you can hold triangle to slam down. you'll see here, Daybreak. And then you can aerial attack. Daybreak, and this is called Crescent, which is useful. Or that's Crescent. Crescent is you just tap triangle. If you hold down, it's Eventide. Down like that. Giving you a wide variety of different abilities. You can go fast, and then use the hyper skill state. If you need to hit something a little higher, you can launch yourself into the air. And then you can either slam down or for quite a bit of damage, or just continue to attack in the air. Or a combination of both, if you're faster. Parry. This enables you to deflect an Oni's attack, but it consumes focus while you're in the stance. Personally, I hate all of the dodge and parry abilities in the game that I have tested, and it was the same way in the first game for this too, because they're really precise, and they don't seem to work well. So parry, deflect an enemy attack. So I need the enemy to attack. There you go. That one works better because you don't hold the stance. Any of them where you hold the stance doesn't seem to work very well. That one is just open for a small window, and if the enemy attacks during that, you're fine. Okay, I like that. All of them should work like that. Instead of just holding it down. There should just be a window, it's open. Frenzy, multi-level attack. These are rapid attacks you can perform in succession. Your focus gauge will be consumed while attacking. Entering a hyper-skilled state will increase your attack speed. Are a waste of time and energy in most games, parry, dodge, and defense. They're kind of a waste of time and energy in this game too. That one may be more useful than most. The Sword and Shield, actually, the defensive state is pretty good. But that one, dodging is really important in this game. Dodging is extremely important. I'm talking about the parry and defense in this game hasn't been very good. This one's better than most, and the Sword and Shield is pretty good. But a couple of other, like the Spear has one that's just god-awful. And Gauntlets have like a block. And the block works okay, but you're supposed to be able to counterattack out of it. And the counterattack timing is atrocious. So if you're in a hyper-skilled state, with Frenzy here, you can attack even faster. So... let this... I don't remember... Yeah, okay, it wears up by itself. Now watch just how much faster we start to attack as we start to get the hyper skill state. So it starts off kind of slow. Now, if we have the hyper skill state, so we work up to that first. And then Frenzy. You see, we attack faster. And you can really go off on an enemy using your focus. You can get a lot of damage out of the Naginata. And then, of course, there's the Destroyer command. Bye. Which you just fancy attack. Like so. It has a pretty short range, so you'll want to be right up to the Oni before you unleash it. See, that's about as far as it's going. It doesn't go very far. So be up close to the Oni, and then unleash Destroyer to kill it if it's a small Oni, or lop off a body part if it's not. Just out of curiosity, Cendril, if you had to pick your favorite weapon, which would it be? The Naginata is really good. I've enjoyed the sword and shield. That's what I've been using in my playthrough, is the sword and shield. Just because there's a lot to it, and that's fun. I used the club a lot in the last game, and it hasn't changed at all. So it's still really good. So far, I'd have to say the sword or the sword and shield are my favorite weapons so far. The Naginata is really good. I just enjoyed using it right there, so that's where I am right now. Let's go use the Naginata in battle. The merchant has a side quest because he had the scroll. Scroll tells you side quest. Welcome. So, are you accustomed to life in the village yet? Yeah, I'm getting there. Glad to hear it. It can be a bit rough around the edges. Maharoba is a fine place. All the slayers are very kind too. Why, just the other day, a merchant came from the Holy Mount to Sakamori Fortress, and I went out to make some purchases. We were talking shop for hours, and before I knew it, night had fallen. Because the forest is dangerous at night, one of the guards was kind enough to escort me back home. We were attacked by a manhunter, and I made it back alive thanks to him. However, in order to let me get away, that guard got seriously injured. I feel so guilty about it. That manhunter seems to have gotten a taste for man flesh, meanwhile, now appears during the night. Hope something can be done before the next merchant visits. Oh, sorry, I'm wasting your time. My wife always says I babble on too much. Sorry, now what can I help you with? I didn't tell you that because I wanted you to take care of it or anything. Defeat a manhunter close to the fortress at night. It just so happens to be nighttime. If it's not, rest in your house. And we are going to go look for said enemy. There's an item here. Oh, there it is. You can tell because of the big scary face. This is a manhunter. This is our first large Oni we're going to be fighting. Boundary restricts the movement of slayers, just telling you if it's a blue barrier, you can escape. If it's a red barrier, you can't. All right. I'm now going to show off the Eye of Truth. Using the Eye of Truth, you can see the boss's kind of stamina gauge, which is the top part. Once you get through it, kind of a shield gauge, I should say. Once you get through it, you can do damage to the actual demon, which is the green bar. Every body part that can be broken is highlighted. As you hit that body part, it will turn from white to yellow, and then to red. And then you're just gonna have it change color from yellow to like a darker yellow, all the way down to red to like dark red, and then it breaks. When it breaks, like so, it's going to be on the ground somewhere. Where is it? Right there. And you have to purify it. If you do not, the big demon will get the claw back. Get whatever it is back. Ow. Over time. So you want to purify these not only to get the body parts to make stuff, but because you don't want the demon regaining strength. Now let me show off our attack skill we got here. Now, purifying takes a long time unless everybody works together. Alright. There is the Summoned Disciple. You see, wherever I attack, that's where the Disciple goes. And it will continuously do damage while it's out. You can see on the... well, it's because I'm purifying, you can't see it there. You can see on the right, the claw gauge is slowly going down.
俵淘汰ここにあり
Oh, after a boss... gotta get out of the way. Ow. After a boss gets to half-life, in true Mega Man fashion, they go into a desperation phase, where they start to use stronger, where they start to have different attacks. Some of them change form completely, and some like this guy, get a super powerful attack that almost killed me outright. This is why we make better armor and stuff. This is also why you dodge. Heal, heal. Be broken. That can be broken. What can be broken easily? Oh, fucking lame. Now he will spam that attack. Getting closer to death. Oh, when he's doing that, it means he's trying to get something back. Fortunately, it Tokasugu purified you. The only thing left is this claw right there and the horns, it looks like. The horns, some pieces don't break off, but you can break them. So we'll break the horns, but they probably will not break off to be purified. Want to hit the horn before he dies. Oh, didn't break it. Lame. If you break all body parts off of all the parts that can be broken off the demon, you get a special bonus. It's called an all break bonus. And it gives you an additional drop, which is nice. But sometimes it can be difficult. Climb this wall here. Crest. 215. Hi. Impressive. It takes considerable skill to locate me. Not really. You had a scroll above your head that appears on this mystical minimap I have. Hi, Chillmaker. Welcome to the stream. It's a really good game. Toukiden 2 is a really good game. I'm just showing off various mechanics and things as we go through the story. Different weapons, different mechanics as the game goes through it. Oh! You were also playing the game. That's cool. Chapter 2 in single player, Phase 1 in multiplayer. I am on 3 of each. Not here. Just on my own. Here on the stream, I think we're still on chapter 1. I don't think we've quite hit 2 yet, but we're getting there. So this guy is the Shadow of the Moon. Disguised as a villager, I protect Maharoba from the shadows. You show potential. It is nice to see another person in here that playing Toukiden too. I hope you're enjoying the game because I know I am. You show potential. Would you like me to train you? Ready? 3 of my brothers are hidden, observing, in 3 famous spots in the Maharoba Hills. Find them all. If you can do that, I'll reward you. My brother are Morikage, Yamakage, and Mizukage. Their names are based on the territory they favor: forest, mountains, and water, respectively. Now go, Slayer. For the sake of Maharoba's future. You should lay down then. You're not feeling well or you're tired. Definitely enjoying this game. I'm glad. It's a good game. Thanks for your business, Cendril. Hey, I killed that manhunter there for you. What? Defeated that manhunter? Incredible! Thank you so much. I really do have to do something to thank you. The best I can do right now. Please go ahead. We get some pull entry cards and some sacred branches. The pull entry card we'll go over later. Sacred branch, we went over that. And 2,000 Haku and some beef. One other thing. Sounds like a merchant will be visiting Sakamori Fortress soon. No manhunter to threaten me. I can now fill up completely on supplies. Please keep bringing your business right here. Thanks to us helping him out, the lineup of items at the shop has increased. So now he has more stuff. Materials. You see he now has iron ore, fish, and sacred branches. We can now buy sacred branches. I will do so. He has a better weapons we can buy. So you can buy some slightly better than the starting weapons. As with just Haku, you don't have to make it. We lose the dexterity, so we lose the crit, but I will take the Holy Man pole here. Equip it. And you see it looks fancier than the starting ones. And the starting large Naginata. So that's cool. Don't worry, they'll get to look super fancy later. And he also has it to where you can buy the things we can make right now. The Holy Guard set. Well, at least before we defeated the Manhunter. Remember what I said last stream? Whenever you beat a new demon, especially a large one, you'll want to check out the blacksmith. No new weapons. There's the other one, the monk pole. But now there's new armor. This is the Toukiden set. This set is completely from the Manhunter. So you see stuff here. Crafting is cheaper if you have time to get the materials. So, there is, and you can only buy the base stuff anyway. They don't, like, the shop doesn't upgrade and get you much better than the starting stuff. So, we'll have to defeat more Manhunters to get materials. Like, there's Hornbit, which is destroy the horn, which we didn't. And Abyss drops have a chance to drop when you purify the Manhunter. We didn't get one of those either. The only thing we can make, and well, we still need Abyss drop. Now, when you use the multi-purpose rock. But you see that these have way better stats than the stuff we're wearing now. Just more defense and more elemental resist. Now remember, we made new headgear. So the headgear, the defense in Aegis is better, but you will see that certain armor will be reflected towards certain elements. So the Toukiden gear is really good against water, but not so good against fire. This is why having different sets of armor can really help you out. if you want to go through the trouble of getting specific sets of armor. It can be useful, and it's fun. It's fun to go hunt these Oni and get different materials to make different sets of armor. Plus, look at this headgear. Look how crazy that is. You can make this and wear it, or not wear it if you don't like it, because you can turn headgear off. Here's the chest piece. Pretty fancy. There's the arm guard. There's the sleeves. And there's the leggings. While wearing a helicopter. While the armor may not be to your liking look-wise, you can't argue the stats. Especially compared to the base stuff we're still wearing. Now we see there is a new phase here. There's a new mission in the phase. White nest purple spiders. Now we can find a manhunter, so we can go grind out the materials to make better armor. And you've seen just how hard demons can hit. And the manhunter was easily taking, with its desperation attack, half of my life. I don't know, love. We'll have to see.
None.
Right, we need to go to
探索に向かい
the
ましょうか。
west. And I could teleport there, but we're gonna run. So I can show you. You see the Slayer symbol? That means the Slayer is in trouble. So we can help them. That's a bunch of imps. Now we're just gonna attack them.
嬉しい。嬉しい。
Oh, there's also an ogre.
強くあらねば俵とうたここにあ
Oh,
り
that's the joint operation complete with the ogres over here. We rescued a supply unit. The shop now has even more inventory. And we made a new friend. So by doing these joint operations, you can end up helping various NPCs. And you will be rewarded.
よっしゃ打ちかますぜ
Frenzy! And dead.
気が利くな
Now we'll have this NPC with us for a little while, and by completing the operation, you always get a bonus as well. So we got a free sacred branch.
ざっとこんなもんだな
And see, now this NPC will now follow us around and act like another party member. Man holding his breath. Idiot! Don't talk to me! Pretending to be dead, not actually dead. I don't know, you look kinda dead. Just leave me alone. Oni have finally moved on. Ah, one thing. Don't touch that grotto over there. Promise me! What, this grotto? Touching the grotto will make Oni appear, but just to spite this guy, I'm gonna fight him. Now here is the training dummy, actually as an Oni to fight, as it's an actual enemy.
俵淘汰ここにあり俵淘汰ここにあり
They're not too tough. These Drumbles. I think that's it. What? You went and did it anyway? Yep. Guess I'm not one to talk. Anyway, thank you for defeating that menace. Now I can head back to the village instead of laying here acting dead. No need to worry about me. I can make it back alone once my legs stop shaking. Yeah. Good for you. Don't touch that! Touch. Yeah, basically. It's the shiny red button principle. You always touch the shiny red button. You should never touch the shiny red button. But I knew what was going to happen there, so... Yay! Almost there. And then we'll get our explanation on the whole exposure limit thing. Otherworldly shard.
よし監視小屋だな西側に門が見えんだろ
This is the Watcher's Outpost. Can you see the gate on the west
それ
side?
が
Yeah,
1
right
階
here.
への入り口だ
That's the entrance to
地
the
図で
other
目
world.
的地を確認しとくん
Check
だ
his location on the map. Already did. Here we go. We're going to the Age of Peace. Old Windswept Road. So this is an era of Japan that has been brought to this time.
急に空気が冷えてきやがったな
And the NPC leaves because we went to a different area.
死にますよ
This place can kill you quick. She's not joking about that.
異変を
Don't
感じ
tell
ま
me
すか
twice.
ここから先は異界正気に満ちています鬼が生み出す霧状の毒物です正体は不明ですが人を死に至らしめます
So you can see by our mini map, there is now we have a little bit of a purple gauge filling in. That is the miasma gauge. When it fills all the way up, we're dead because we hit the exposure limit and the miasma poisoned us and killed us. The color of the gauge determines how dense the miasma is. Purple is the standard density, which is not good. It fills up pretty fast. Like, we've only been here a little bit and we already have one gauge, one bar almost filled. It can fill up faster than you think. In areas of low density, the gauge will fill up much slower, and it is that bluish color you see on the left side. If the gauge is red, you're in a high density area and the gauge will fill up immensely fast. You can reduce the miasma levels by purifying the other world. How do we do
我ら
that?
者の不も長くは耐えられませ
Oh,
ん
I'll demonstrate. This lady just gives you more information on the miasma.
行動限界を超えて正気を取り込めば命はありません
You'll quickly die. Quickly is an understatement. It's almost instant. The amount of time you can withstand the miasma, the longer you remain in the other world. Or the exposure layer is the amount of time you can withstand the miasma. The greater your exposure, which will lead to death, the thicker the miasma, the faster you're affected, which I already went over. So this isn't really a place you want to mess around.
気が利くな。
Whenever you purify a demon, a very small portion of the gauge will disappear. The bigger the Oni, the more of the gauge you get back. But you had to spend time fighting, so here's another record. I'll read them when we have the entire record. If we ever get the entire record. Machina Plains. Good. Follow the arrow.
見えてるか
Okay, you can see a stone
あの
up
バカ
here.
でけえ塔が遺跡らしいぜ。しかし
Great towers when we call the
誰
room.
が作ったん
Deal
だ
with that here in a bit.
大曲時の前はなかったんだろ。
結界で隠されていたようです。それが大曲時で解けたと聞きます。
So there is this stone here. This barrier stone has been corrupted by the miasma. The ogre producing the miasma has appeared. If we can beat this ogre, we will help purify Otherworld, and the area around here will be safe. The area a little further out will be safer, that blue gauge, basically, instead of the purple. And then at some point, we'll be back to the, to where we have to find another barrier. The immediate area around the barrier stone, however, will make the gauge white. And that means that it is clear. You're not going to get any of your gauge back, but the gauge isn't going to tick up anymore. Now that we've beaten the ogre, you'll see.
いい援護です。
Slew the source and purified the barrier stone. These magical stones can purify the miasma in an area and reduces concentration. You can use them to teleport to portal stones in villages. However, you're unable to teleport back to the barrier stone. Yeah, it's not a very good grinding area. If you want to grind, you do missions. So, you can see where it ends right here, this line, but this immediate area is pure. You're fine. There are these barrier stones all over the place. Now you can use barrier stones to return to the village, but then you're walking back. You can't teleport to a barrier stone, but you can teleport from a barrier stone to the village. Now, also, usually nearby these that I've seen are these blue stones. Remember how we found these little stones that had a white aura and it filled it gave us our skills back. What these blue ones do is completely wipe out your gauge. You see, now the gauge is empty. But again, that's the only time we're going to get to use this one while we're here. We'd have to go back into the village and come back. So you do have ways to reduce your miasma, but don't mess around here too long. You can now see the immediate area. We have the blue gauge, which is much better. The gauge doesn't go up anywhere near as fast as the normal purple gauge. So we have another Slayer over here. Let's help them out. Kill 15 imps and 5 grumbles. We can do that. You can really see the effect of purifying Oni when you do it in mass to give you the gauge back. You can see it a lot when you do it in mass. Also, when it's a blue gauge instead of a purple gauge, you can really see the effect. See, watch the gauge. See how it's slow? It just ever so slightly
入り口に到着
ticks
次第
down.
鬼
That's
の
how.
目を使って周囲を確認しろ。
Okay, so Professor is telling us to use Eye of Truth, which I've already already shown a little bit of. That's
見て
this
のお
mode.
楽しみだ。
This is Eye of Truth. So go back to where they vanished. And look, we found tracks
なんだこりゃ、足跡か。
よし、
that only the
機
eye
能
can
している
see.
ようだな。
The Eye of Truth.
こいつは
Because
何なんだ
only.
思念の残りがだ。宣告までそこにいた鬼のな。鬼の手を介してそれを実
And
体
the
化して
professor
いる。
explains how
その痕跡
how
を
this is
追えば
working.
たどり着けるはずだ。行方不明の部隊と大型鬼の居場所にな。
はあ、こいつは面白い。鬼の動きが丸見えだ。
急いで痕跡を追いましょう。
Let's. Okay. We now need to follow the tracks. Here's one. And when we reach one, the next one is going to
たま
pop
に
up.
は違う武
So
器
we're
を
just
使
going
う
to follow
とい
the
いでしょ
tracks wherever they
う。武
lead.
術全般に秀でることが生き残る秘訣です。
Right in front of us.
嫌な正気だぜ。
And you can see the gauge is now back to purple. Oh, that's an item. That's not. The tracks. There it is. Notice this. Sometimes they don't pop up exactly how you want them to. Got this, which is just money. Now, the NPCs are going to fight the demons, and that's fine. They can fight them and purify them and get me more materials and money. I'm just going to follow the tracks, that way I don't get too, I don't lose the way too much. I'll grab the items and things along the way. Well, you wouldn't want me getting turned around. I don't do that a lot anyway. In various games. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. Not many places else to go, so we're just gonna follow the riverbed here. The
嫌
road.
な正気だぜ。
や
I
ば
don't
くなっ
like
て
this
きたな
miasma.
行動限界超えんなよ。
Don't go over the exposure limit. Whatever. Let's do something about that. Attack the ogre! Beyond those things can get lost. That is 100%.
見事な戦果だ。
ざっとこんなもんだな。
There we go. We'll go ahead and use the barrier stone while we're, or the, whatever this purification stone, while we're here, and continue on.
異界にはたんまり素材が落ちてるぜ。おったからってな。
Seems pretty forgiving for a first trip in, at least. It is. As long as you don't take forever. As long as you're moving, you'll have plenty of time. And you won't have to worry. You won't have to worry too much. You purify the barrier stones. Use the stones that get rid of the the miasma that's on you, and you'll be okay.
おいおい、行き止まりじゃねえ
Hold
か。
on, it's a dead end.
どうすんだよ。
What now?
鬼の手を
Oh
使
no,
って
what
み
are
ろ。
those floating?
伸び縮みする紐と同じだと思え。
Try using the demon hand. Think of it like an expandable rope. This?
よっと。んだよ、意外といけるな。
Hey, that works pretty well. Yeah, you can use the demon hand to get around here. Whee! Oh, items over here. Let's grab the items. A multi-purpose rock. And a decorative hairpin. The tracks end here, because there's only one way to really go. You okay? NPC guard, are you okay? It's one of the guards! Toukiden, anything? This one's lucky. She's still alive.
よかった。
Thank goodness for that. She's completely out of it, though. She might be close to her exposure limit. Need to get her out of the other world as quickly as possible. There are 4 missing, right? What happened to the others? We don't have time to debate things. We need to get this one out of the other world. Hey, did something just move?
ああ
It did? I didn't see anything. I mean, there's that swirling tornado thing over there, but other than that, nothing's moving. Toukiden, Homura, Cendril, get ready for battle! The enemy are here! Wait, what? Hi! You look mean. Also looks angry.
なんだこいつ。こん
This
な
is
近くにいやがっ
How
た
did
か
it。get so close? Kinda looks like it teleported in.
こちとら疲れてんだ。やるならそ
We're
の
not
まま
over
相
here.
手
Can't
に
you
やれよ。
handle this, Metal Man?
ふざけんなひよっこ。お前だけだ。
You're the one who's joking, rookie. I'm not here to make your life easier.
炎のもの連れ帰らねばなりま
Have
せ
to
ん。
get the guard to safety.
邪魔する
What
もの
about every Oni in the way, which includes this one? This is a brute beast.
珍しい鬼のようだな。
It's a rare Oni.
今度
I
調べ
need
て
to
お
look
く
into
としよ
this. That's all
悠
the
長に言ってんじゃねえ。
よく聞いてください。
It's hardly the time.
大型鬼は強固な外角に守られています。
We'll just
これを打ち破らね
use
ば
our
鬼の
gauge
生命力を
tools and
削
do
ることは
that.
できません。
Ibarazuki is explaining destroy parts of the Oni, then purify them. That way you can do more. We're going to attach this wind element to the Naginata. Hopefully do more damage. Hopefully. It just wants to hug. Well, it
全
doesn't.
員私の言うことをよく聞け。
This is the moment. Everyone, listen carefully to me. The true power of the demon hand is revealed when fighting a large Oni.
通常 V 破壊は外角にしか通
Normally,
じず
the only way to
奴らの
damage
本
its
体
true
を破壊することは
form
で
is
き
to
る。
destroy a part and break their shell open, which we are currently doing.
だが鬼の手を使えば本体そのものを
However,
直
you can
接
use
破
the
壊で
demon
きる
hand to directly destroy the
完
real
全破
Oni.
壊
This is called complete
壮
destruction
大
and
な
is
敵に
completely
打ち
new
勝
to
ちたい
this.
ならこれを使いこなしてみせろ。
This is the best way to defeat large and powerful Oni. It's awesome. We now have a new gauge. You see the blue gauge over to the right there. The left. Okay. Are you going to go into the explanation. Okay, there we go. Oni Burial. Or is this Oni Burial? My bad. I think I said that wrong earlier. A special technique that utilizes the full power of the Demon Hand. Activate it when the Unity gauge, which is that blue bar, is full to reveal an Oni's weakest body part. Then, grab and destroy it, preventing it from regenerating. You don't just purify it, and then it gets that like that shadowy look to it. You completely destroy it. It doesn't grow back at all. It's really cool and extremely useful. So now you can see he's gone to like phase 2, and yes, he regrew things. But we are now going to grab the claw, like so, and use it against him.
それが完全破壊だ。
Full destruction gives you the part for yourself, and also you can see it's not growing back. It's just gone now. Forever. It's really, really useful. And a mechanic that I think we'll be seeing, the mechanic we will be seeing more of the more we play this game. And I like how they slowly extend your arsenal instead of dumping too much onto you all at once. Yes, I love that about this game. They've been so good about doing that. They show you, they give you a weapon, and then they tell you how to attack and how to basic attack. Then they tell you about the special ability of the weapon. Once you've done that for a little bit, then they introduce the skills. That was all in the tutorial. In the prologue, basically. Then when you start playing through the chapter, you get the evasive skill. It's like, oh, okay, that's neat. Then you get the attack skill. Now we're getting this gauge. Like they introduce only one new thing at a time, and let you play around with it a little bit. Then introduce the next thing. The game does a really great job of that. This is a guard's helmet, isn't it? That's not great. Looks like the other 3 are dead. You can't save every life. We don't have time to get depressed about it. Well, there's still one life we can save. Well said. We still have a job to do. Let's go. We need to get the surviving guard back to the village. Indeed. We're going back to Maharoba. It is. It's really nice. You're back. You're back, Machina user. Whatever. We saved the guard. What happened to the missing guards? We saved one. Now shut up. Well done, Cendril. A survivor! Leader, I have returned. You fool! I strictly ordered you not to go too deeply inside. Sir, I'm sorry. You are forgiven. Just this once. In light of having returned alive. What about the others? Sir, she's the only survivor, Yakuma. We were too late to save the others. We brought some of their gear back. Give it to their families.
申し訳ありません隊長私が先走らなけれ
I'm
ば
so sorry, leader. If I had not run on ahead.
あやつらが言ったか。
I see. They are lost then.
本当に愚
They
か者ど
really
もめ。
were. Such fools.
貴様はよく生きて戻った。これからは一層里のために励む。
You did well to make it back anyway. Continue to work hard for the village.
それが生き残った者の務めだ。
That is the duty of all survivors.
あ
I
りがとうござい
understand.
ます
Thank
一
you.
人でも救えたのは貴様たちの協力あってこそ。
It was your aid that returned at least one of my guards
不本
alive.
意だが
Makes me uncomfortable to admit it.
今は感謝しよう。からくり使い。
But you have my gratitude, Machina user. I'm sorry about the other three, but can't you say my name?
貴様の責任でないことは分かっている。
It isn't your fault. I know that.
からくりを信用したわけではない。
I still don't trust Machina.
だが我らは誇り高きこのへ受けた恩には報いる。
But we guards are proud. We repay our debts.
便宜を図ってほしいことがあれば私に言うがいい。
If I can help you with anything, please just ask.
それでいいな博士。
Is that acceptable, Professor?
そうか。では研究所の予算を増やしてくれないか？
Huh. Very well then. How about you increase the budget for my lab?
とりあえず100倍ほど。
100 times should be sufficient.
何？
What?
便宜を図ってくれるんだろ？
You're going to help us with anything, right?
バカな。そもそもあの予算は医療の補助だ。
You imbecile! That budget is for medical
貴
matters.
様が医者だと言うからかぐや様のご好意で援助しているに過ぎん。
Lady Kaguya affords it to you out of the kindness of her heart, because you call yourself a doctor.
では医療設備も充実させよう。それで問題ないだろ？
Then I'll ensure we have replete medical facilities. That's no problem, I take it.
魔女め地獄に落ちるぞ。
Which you'll go to hell for this.
それは楽しみだ。
There's the laugh. I hope all of you heard the laugh. I might enjoy that.
へい行くぞこの絵たち。魔女と同じ空気を吸っていては肺が汚れる。
Enough! Guards who are moving out. Breathing the same air as this witch will rot out our lungs.
資金は後で届けさせる。せいぜい大事に使え。
I'll arrange to have the money sent over to you. Do not waste it.
救援感謝します
Thank you for saving me.
人に感謝されんの何年ぶりだっけな。
I don't know how long it's been since someone thanked me for
日
anything.
頃の行いが悪すぎます
That says more about you than it does anyone else.
全員ご苦労だった。おかげで資金繰りには当分困らんな。
Oh, the professor doesn't care. The professor's in it for the research. For the research and stopping demons. That's it. She doesn't care who's enemy, who's friend. Like, she'll stick it to Yakumo just because she can. As long as, she gets more funding, more research assistance, whatever. Whatever she needs. Good work, all of you. I won't have any financial issues for a
お
while.
となしく感謝されてりゃいいもんを。恨まれても知らねえぞ。
You should have just accepted her gratitude with grace. Don't come to me if you keep making enemies. I think it's supposed to be his
So
gratitude
homeruna.
with grace. Ha! Like that bothers me, and there we go,
褒
exactly
め
as I
て
just
ねえ
said.
よ。
It should.
鬼の手の効果も確認できた。
I've confirmed further
成果は上々
effects
と
of
言っ
the
ていい
demon
だろう。
hand anyway. Things are going well.
だが 3人救えなか
However,
ったのは
it's
事
also
実
a
だ。
fact that we couldn't
もっと
save
効
the
果
other
的な運
three.
用を考える必要があ
I
る。
need to improve its capabilities further.
とりあえず明日改めて研究所に来てく
Anyway,
れ。
come to
鬼
the
の
lab
手の
again
整理をし
tomorrow.
たい。
I want to run some repairs. That's all the professor is in it for.
承知しました博士。
Couldn't save the others, it needs to be better. We're gonna stop the Oni. It's gonna be my Machina that do it.
お前には少し話がある。
I want to talk to you. Come to my house later. Okay?
今回の一件私からも
I
感
have
謝
my
します。
gratitude for your help with this
あなた
incident.
の
You're
勇気
welcome.
に敬意を。
You're an awesome character.
また皆で討伐隊を組みたいもので
Thank
す
you for your
ね。
bravery. I hope we can work again together soon. You can count on me.
よろしく頼みます。
And you can count on me.
じゃあな。
Yay! Bye, Amara.
さてとみそぎ場でも行くか。
The black
そうやてめえ行ったことねえん
streak
じゃね
there
え
on
の
the screen was for. That was weird.
正気の毒に聞くぜ。ついてこいよ。場所教えてやる。
Side quest.
いらっしゃいませ。
Oh, if it isn't Cendril, this is actually perfect timing. There's something I want to talk to you about, actually. My cooking. Does it taste any good? Huh? Please, be honest. It's just I'm not getting many new customers. Perfect position, perfect prices, still no signs of success. This surely means the problem must be my cooking myself? It's delicious. The ingredients you use... Just stay silent. Just stay silent. Well, those ingredients you use, remember, it's like grilled oni liver, you know, are too delicious. They're all the very best. In any case, the only way to increase my customers is to expand my menu. I've just thought up a new recipe, but I don't have the materials to complete it. Could you help me collect them? I'll let you be the first one to try it. Sure, I can help you out. Kuon's Crazy Cooking 1. Great! This isn't something I can ask just anyone. I need you to defeat a manhunter and a wind shredder and collect some materials from them. What do I want them for? What do you think? That's a
そ
secret.
れでは
Off you go, dear customer. Well, we're gonna help her out. This is the Pool of Purity. I'm gonna take a dip. Join me if you like. The Pool of Purity gives you some bonuses. What? Women's time. The Pool of Purity has a men's time and a women's time. They change daily, not actual day like game day. So if you just like stayed at home and did the day-night cycle, you just fast forwarded, you could do that. I'm with you, Eagle Claw. I like Kuon's hair for some reason. I don't know why either. So I'm usually not into like the more than one color thing at all, but I don't know. I guess it suits her. Anyway, you see how the I don't know, flag or whatever is red? That means it's the women's time. When it's blue, it's the guys' time. Yes, and I saw chat was talking about CSD, so cooks are delicious. So funny enough that just happened with the quest. No need to worry. There won't be anyone in there. This is a bad idea. Coming in! This is a bad idea. Homura, wait! This is a terrible idea. I'm gonna try to stop you. See, I didn't even like... You wear that traditional robe. See, I didn't even do that. I'm trying to stop him. Like I said, no one here. Not many people bother with bathing.
誰かいるのですか？
Is someone there? Hi, Benazuki. I'm here to stop him.
はてさて、今は女性の時間だったと思いますが。
Look at this. Did I read the sign wrong? Or is there something you'd like to tell me?
ここで何をしているのですか？
What are you doing in here?
こいつを案内してやっただけ。
I was just, being a good guide.
問答無用。
Benazuki taught me that fools take a beating. Don't be a fool. The pool of purity can now be used. Bathing in the pool will bring you various effects. Use it as often as you can. And you can see now it is the guy's time. When you go to the pool of purity, you get a buff that causes for a short period of time till the buff runs out. For the gauge, the miasma gauge, to go up slower. So if you want to go into an extended trip through the other world, visit the pool of purity first. Again, you can fast forward the time until it's the time for your gender. Hey, it's Professor. This is actually where the demo ends, is right here. So, just so you know, the demo ends right here, if I remember right. Slayer HQ. Because we haven't been here in a while. So, these are the, you have to swear to abide by the following. Yes, you can pick male or female at the beginning of the game. Work with speed but not haste, we heard that one. Respect the sacred shrine maiden, we heard that one. Obey the commands of your unit leader, that makes sense. Never question Yakumo's haircut, well, I'm going to be breaking that one all the time. And never do harm to a Tenko. You're just a terrible person if you do so. I think you're all wrong. It was more of a beat down than anything. So there is. We'll talk to the professor. Well, I think I remember what's there. All right, let's. Yes, Tenko was the fox thing. I saw the professor. Ah, you're back. I need to talk to you for a bit. Let's share a meal, have a chat. Sure, Professor. Now tell me, how are you doing? I'm fine. I can't say the same for Homura right now, though. Glad to hear it. Enough about that, anyway. I want to ask you about that bout of shining, shall we call it, where I tried to go blue. Has the same thing happened again? No. Good, good. It might be working. Forming connections with other people could be said to be anchoring you to this world. Yes, rule, never question haircut. I'm gonna have to break that one. Just like a Matama or the Demon Hand. Your deeds attracted a lot of attention. Not all of it good, but still. As I'm sure you're already aware, I don't have especially high standing in the village. Mainly because I use Machina. People are afraid of what they don't understand. That may be the most true thing we hear in this entire game. And just true in real life too. People are afraid of what they don't understand. And then make stupid decisions because they don't understand it. My abilities as a doctor have earned me some trust. But there are also those, like Yakumo, who call me a witch. Genius is lonely. That's the sad truth. Enough moping around, anyway. Machina will definitely aid us in the fight against the Oni. Yeah, we see that. My final goal is to have everyone in the village use Machina. I need to build trust in order to achieve that, however. I want you to help me earn that trust. Trust? You hear it myself. You should do that yourself, but apparently you're not very good at that. So, trust. It's what ties people together. A union, if you may like. I think you got the charisma to pull this off. Well, I like to think so. Even in a world with Oni and Mitama, there are those who dislike Machina. Think about that. Which is also true. But he can't hear or see us, only Cendril. So he's like the only one who has to follow. Plus, he is the Slayer. We are just civilians. So I can't make fun of the haircut. But all of you in chat can make fun of the haircut. Okay. That makes sense. We'll go with that. But this is such a good point. So you have literally demons wandering around, and these souls of heroes, or just legendary figures in history, that draw out power in slayers. But you don't trust Machina. Can't be helped. No one had ever heard of them before 10 years ago. Even I'm just making the best use of what I can of things discovered in the ruins. There's no one who knows the truth of Machina. Who made them, when, and for what purpose? We don't even know about them. We don't even know that about them. They're truly a mystery. That's what I want to... Yeah! Oh. Yeah. I wish I was going blue. I thought we got past this! Hey, you're glowing too now, Professor. Hold on! What now? Not me too! It remains burned into my eyelids. That beautiful scenery. My ancestral home. This is the Mitama we just got in that last fight, when we rescued the guard. Let me show it to you too. The scenery of the age to which I am connected. I am Yagu Jubi, the one who gave his life to the sword. I probably mispronounced that horribly, and I apologize. Now I am one of the Mitama inside you. I will repay my debt to you for releasing me from the Oni.
柳生の剣お貸しする
My sword is not one of vengeance, but to help open a better way for humanity. Yellow would be enough for me. Me too, Maze.
おい、起きろ。
Hey, wake up, Cendril. Where?
大丈夫か？どうやら我々は飛
You
ばさ
still
れた
with
らし
me?
い。
Seems we've been teleported.
おそらく異界の中だな。凄まじい
Must be
正気だ。
somewhere in the other world. My asthma is so thick.
そもそもここは同じ時間軸か？時間がずれていれば期間は絶望的だぞ。
Are we even in the same time period? If not, getting back is going to be almost impossible.
それにこいつを見ろ。
Look at that thing, too.
これに見覚えはあるか？
That doesn't look great. Have you ever seen something like that before? No.
私も見たことがない。なんだ
Me
これ
neither.
は。
What is it?
正気を吹き出しているな。一定量を寒暖なく。
My asthma is pouring out of it. Constantly.
まさかこれは。
Could this be... Who's there? Hi.
あなたたちは
Who are you? Who are you? Introduce yourself. I'm a
ものの
slayer.
こんな異界の深部に
A slayer? This deep in the other world?
いや今はそれどころじゃない。早く逃げるんだ。
We don't have time for this now. We have to get out of here.
鬼が来る。
Oni are coming. You look big and bad.
次から次にどうなってる？
Just what is
そこの
going
金
on
魚
here?
こいつはお前の知り合い
You,
か？
Silver Armor. Is this a friend of
説
yours?
明している暇はない。私が相
I
手
don't
してい
have
る
time
間
to
に逃
explain.
げてくれ。
Hold it off while you run. I'll hold it off while you run.
逃げる？
Ah, you
寝言は
stunned
寝
all
て
of
言
us.
え
You're lame.
見たこともない鬼だ。
You're
バラして
joking.
調べるぞ。
I've never seen this Oni before. Let's beat it up, then carve it up, Cendril. Of course, the professor just cares about the
時間が
just
過ぎ
cares
れば
about the
奴は消える
experimentation.
相手にしちゃダメだ。
It'll vanish once enough time passes. Don't risk fighting it. What?
you
It's
do
not
that?
threatening. We're doing nothing to it. Not even hurting me. But... We almost got... Oh, tail. Tail turned color. We also knocked it down. Now we can
あ
damage
な
it.
たたちももののふか。
They're strong.
魔
Are
法
you
ロボの
slayers
魚
too?
だな。そういうお前はどこ
Maharoba
の所
village,
属だ？
yes. Where are you
所
from?
属はない。流れ者だ。
Nowhere. I'm just a wanderer. Just a wanderer, huh? Really strong for a wanderer. She is using a sword and shield. Good weapon. Professor, you should... Professor, help. Thanks, Gwen. See, Gwen help. Gwen's awesome. Aww. Coward!
逃げただと？どうなってる？
危なかった。まさか
That
人
was
がいると
close.
は。
I didn't expect to meet anyone else here. Hi.
すまない。あなたたちを巻き込んでしま
Sorry
った。
for dragging you into that.
事情は後で説明す
I'll
る。
explain everything
今は
later.
急いでこ。
Let's get out of
すごい
here.
正気だ。すぐに行動限界を超
My
えてし
asthma
まう。
here is terrible. We'll soon reach our exposure limit.
待て。その前に確認しておきたい。
Hold on. I need to check one thing
今は
first.
いつだ？
What is
基人歴で
today?
年月日
Tell
を
me the
答えろ。
year, month, and day. Because we want to make sure. Where are we? When are we? Excuse me?
確か基人歴1010年
Year
7の月10
1010.
日だった
July
と思うが
10th, I believe. Whew.
朗報だ。どうや
Good
ら
news,
時間転
Cendril.
移はしてい
Seems
な
we
いら
haven't
しい。
moved through time. Oh, that's good. So we just got teleported somewhere, but not through time. So that's an improvement.
単に空間転移しただけだ。しかし、
We just moved
だ
through
としたら
physical
原因は
space.
何だ？
If that's the case, then what is the cause?
時間転移
Move through
何やら
time?
難しい言葉だな。
Just what are you talking about?
すまんな。こちらの話だ。
Sorry, you're right. We don't
で
have
は急
time.
いでここを出るぞ。
Let's get out of
銀
here,
鎧
Silver Armor.
グエンドリンだ。グエンで構わない。
My name is Gwendolyn. You can call me Gwen.
私が道案内する。つ
I'll
いてきて
guide
く
you.
れ。
Follow me. Okay, Gwen. South is a hell of miasma. We can escape the other world from the north. Hey, that sounds good. Don't worry about the weak ones. Just head straight out of here. Wow, we don't have that much miasma.
ブラッチャン
Grab the items.
ただのくしゃみだ。
And we shall do as said and head north. They say we can get out of here through the north. So let's trust Gwen. 20 viewers, very nice. Oh, really? Hi, everybody. I hope you're enjoying Toukiden 2. If you're hiding for us. Too much. You brought a whole bunch of friends. Isn't that nice? Ow. Thought he was gonna be a little bit more to the left. shield, so we get our shield gauge back. I'm glad we have people watching and hopefully having a lot of fun enjoying Toukiden 2. Well, 20 might not sound like a lot to all of to some of you watching, but it's a lot for me when it comes to streaming. There is a barrier stone over here. We're going to buy ourselves additional time by purifying this. It's just a really good idea in general to purify the barrier stones, because there's usually a way to wipe out your miasma, and when you go back out, you'll have additional time, because miasma will be lessened. You'll have to move here instead of purple. You just have to keep the ogre. Now, it's not always going to be an ogre, by the way. You've just seen an ogre so far be the one producing the miasma, but it will not always be that.
嬉しい。嬉しい。
Cancel out of that, but couldn't do it
全
fast
て
enough.
破壊したぞ。
Halfway dead. Sorry if you can hear my controller. A lot of spamming the square button. And the circle as well. Almost there. Thanks, Eagle Claw. We'll get rid of our miasma. Alright. Now we can continue on. With less fear. Oh, there's a crest. We have found one of 19 crests in the Age of Peace now. Woo! We're getting there. Alright. Moving on further north. These enemies I do want to beat, though, because they give some crafting materials we can use. I mean, everything gives crafting materials we can use, I understand. But, as in, used to make better stuff right now. Thanks, White Dragoness. I think all of you that are watching.
正気が濃いな。
Again, I hope you're having a lot of fun. Sometimes I don't always have jokes or super cool things to say, but I do try to keep try to keep things fun.
タワラトータ、ここにあり。
There's another crest. Woo! Got two now. Where's the item? There it is.
参ったな。お腹が減ってきた。
Alright, we can
クオ
take
ンの
this
料理が食べ
path.
たいぞ。
And I really appreciate you two piping up for me there. I appreciate it.
さすがだ。
We're getting there. Let's see. How do I... maybe not. Some type of path there. That's alright. Grab this crest. We'll fight these. They don't take too long to... Wait. Hi, Kyoset. Welcome to the stream. I hope I pronounced that right. If not, I deeply apologize. I just started playing this on PC, and I find it very overwhelming with all the Matama and stuff. Not sure where to start with all of it. Well, I can try to help with that. I'm just watching, and I'm overwhelmed. There's a lot to the game. If you played the first Toukiden like I did, you have a sense for quite a bit of it. But if this is the first one you're playing, you didn't play the first game. There is a lot going on. But the game does try to feed it to you in chunks. Oh, there we go. We have the first arc record. Read that. We'll read that later. It does try to feed it to you in chunks to try to try to help you understand. This will be our way out. When I get back to the village, I'll try to go over some things. Just try to break it down. Not only try to break it down for all of you. In just one part at a time, and then hopefully that'll help you understand some of the mechanics better. I haven't done a great job of it, but I can definitely do a better job. Break it down one part at a time for all of you. The ruins. I suspected this was the Age of Peace. Good. The miasma isn't too thick here. Both of you carry on? No problem. Whew. You Maharoba Slayers certainly know what you're doing. No need to put such a brave face on it. Your joints are creaking. Any case, we aren't going to last very long if this keeps up. Have to research the cause of this. Why were the two of you there? It'll take a long time to explain. Basically, it was an accident, basically. Yeah, we just teleported there. I'm not sure that aligns me at all. Seems like you're having some trouble. Whew. I think, now that the moment has passed, I'm actually quite exhausted. That's not great. Hey, hang in there. She's badly hurt. She was fighting like this. She's tough. This could have killed her. Cendril, carry her on your back. Let's get back to the village. Miasma hole. If that's what I think it is, might be a chance to turn this situation around. If I take a tumble, I'd like to at least pick something up. I can make use of this incident too, I'm sure. No, not again. Not so soon. Teleportation time! If only I could harness this power and use it when I want to. Thanks, Eagle Claw. Gotta keep the growth going, buddy. Come a long way since I first stopped by, but I want to see you get even bigger. We can help so, both on Twitch and the YouTube channel. And we're back where we started. What's going on? Well, it was faster than walking, but Professor, do you have any clue? Don't ask me. I got no idea about this yet. Let's head back to the lab anyway. Bring her along with us. She might be related to what happened. I have delivered to the chest. Girl called Gwen. Okay, before we talk with the professor or anything like that, let's go back to the village. I'm going to have to end this stream a bit shorter than I normally do. Usually stream 3 hours. Today it's going to be 2.5. Because I have some errands to run and things like that. But I am streaming tomorrow, so same time, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, when I usually stream. But let me go over just some basics for those of you that are just completely lost, because we have been going just one thing to the next. Just basic Slayer things and kind of how you should tackle it. So the first thing you should do is you should figure out what weapon works for you. What weapon do you like? Now, you don't have to stick to one weapon, but it's good to figure out which weapons you like and which ones you don't like. So you can take the trainings. I will, Eagle Claw. I will keep putting these on YouTube. As soon as the stream is done and Twitch does its thing, I'm exporting them to YouTube. So don't worry about that. That way, just in case people miss something, they can watch it. I love Monster Hunter, and this game is a lot like it. Yeah, it is. Like, I was doing Monster Hunter comparisons because it's in that vein. It's in, like, that genre is where it is. So, Kyle said, if you're still here, and anybody else that's lost, again, first thing you do, go through the weapon trainings and find the weapon you like. Don't get overwhelmed by just seeing all of these weapons. Try to find one you really like and just stick with that. Then when you feel more comfortable with the game, try out other weapons. But you can go through all the trainings. They'll teach you all the moves, all the combos, and you can get a really good feel for the weapon. The next thing you want to do after that is just focus on the first Matama, which is the weapon Matama. This will determine what abilities you have to use in battle. When I talk about abilities, I'm talking about the bottom right corner abilities that you have. For example, the defense Matama has Taunt, Shield, and Barrier. All of them will have Recovery, which is a way to heal yourself. So you don't have to worry about that. The game only gives you a few to choose from to start with. Like, I have 4. I have 5 different types now. Excuse me. 5 different types. But you only start with 2. Defense and attack. Which is very basic. And then they slowly feed you more. After a certain point in the game, which we just passed, you'll have trainings for these 2. So you can just take them one at a time and find out what works for you. Again, just don't let yourself get overwhelmed. The game has a lot of tutorials for you. You'll want to look mainly, before you look at anything else, are the abilities. Because these really will help you a lot in battle. So it's, how do you want to play? Do you want to help your party members by taunting the enemy? Giving yourself a bigger shield gauge. That way you can take more damage without it affecting your HP. Again, the defense gauge, think of it like a shield. The enemy has to go through it first before they get to your health. The circle button, you see that they're marked to the same faces as the PS4 controller. Square, triangle, circle, and X. That's to help you remember which ability to use on which button, because it'll always be down there in the bottom right corner. The circle ability is the really big ability. You only get a limited amount of each ability. The circle one's always the really big one. You get only a few of those. And Barrier is your invul for a limited amount of time. So just go through these, and you can press square and see what each ability does. Attack is going to focus on attack. Increase attack for a limited amount of time. Steal health when you hit the enemy. Make all attacks precision strikes. And if you don't know what that means, precision strikes are critical hits. So basically you can think of them like critical hits. All attacks will critical while Carnage is up. And like I said, every ability will have recovery. You'll always have ways to restore your HP. But you can read each one and decide which one you want to put on the weapon. This one's really important because it will determine how you fight, because these are the abilities you're going to have in battle. Again, you can go through trainings for all of these. And you just take them one at a time. Don't be overwhelmed. Just focus on the style. So defense, attack, control, and then we just got 2 new ones here. This is extremely helpful. I'm glad. I'm really glad. I love helping people. Excuse me. And whenever I'm able to do so, I'm glad to be able to do that. I feel like I'm good at explaining things. We just got 2 new ones. We got this is Spirit, and it's ranged attacks. So you see the description there will tell you that as well. Spirit is a little more tricky. Basically, it will target the last enemy you hit, is where these abilities will go. So you hit an Oni, that's where these abilities will hit. They will hit that Oni. Pursuit is a homing blast. The homing is minor, so you still have to be facing the right way. Fountain, think of it like a constant area attack. You'll see a whole bunch of light burst from the ground and hit an enemy multiple times, as long as they stay in that area. Eruption is the really big one. It's a just huge explosion, big damage. That's all it is. So again, you'll get more of these, and there's, like, this is only half of them. Half of the different types. You'll be getting more types as you play through the game. But just read over the skills one at a time, and be like, that sounds like fun. I want to try that. Or, you know, I'm not really much of an attacking guy. I like to focus more on surviving than doing a bunch of damage. Well, then defense might be more for you. Control is a new one for this game. For Toukiden 2. It wasn't in the first one. These will summon helpers to help you. What's with all the skill gained, etc. when killing monsters? Is that also for the sword matamas? I was just about to get to that. So once you've figured out which skills you would want, the next thing you'll want to do is you'll want to click triangle and go to the next page. These are boosts that matama get. They unlock over time whenever you do certain things. Basically, it's the matama getting EXP. So let's take the defense one that I have on, for example. You press square to equip different boosts. Okay? The proficiency is basically its EXP bar. Protection goes up whenever you attack an Oni, so it gets EXP really fast. The skill up the skill gain that you see on the screen, some of you may have been noticing it, is basically the matama is learning something. The stars are how good it is. Basically, as the proficiency goes up, it will gain the stars, and the ability will be even better. So protection is very straightforward. It increases defense. Majesty increases the weapon gauge, which is the big destroyer move. The square, the triangle and circle move that you've seen me use a couple of times. That's the weapon gauge. It will go up higher when at max health. How does this gain EXP? Attack an Oni when your health is at max and fill up the weapon gauge. So on and so forth. Every single ability will have something. Now you can only have 3 of these on at a time. So choose which 3 you feel like will be helpful. Now you may be wondering why this defense matama has this HLG. That's for healing. Just Don't worry about that for now. We'll get to that here in a little bit. Right now they're inactive. They can't be used with this defense. So just focus on the ones that don't say inactive. Only the ones you can use. And just take this one step at a time. Right now I have Shield Reduce, which reduces the skill cooldown time for shield, because I like the shield ability. That's the one that gives me the bigger shield gauge. So I like that. Shield Plus. Whenever you purify an Oni, and you have the defense Matama on your weapon, which I do, there's a chance I get shield back. Stocks are basically uses. It's that number. So we have 8 uses. I have a chance to get uses back, which is really cool. Every single Matama will have their own set of boosts. So even if you get a Matama that's the same type, let's say we get another defensive Matama, it can have different boosts. That's what will set them apart differently. So after you choose which style you want, then look at the Matama and look at the boost. And see, oh, I like this one, and I like this one. This goes with what I liked about the Matama in the first place. Or, hey, that sounds like it goes along with my playstyle. And again, you can have 3 of these on at a time, and you choose. See, you see the ones with the check marks are the ones with the boost. So I could put on Defense Master or whatever else I wanted. The ones with the star by them are maxed out. Hi, Luptinian. I hope I said your name right. If not, I deeply apologize. I've been thinking about getting this game, but I've heard that all the monsters basically just stand still while you button mash. Is that true? That is far from true. It may feel that way at the beginning, but as you start to go just even a little deeper into the game. Close enough, okay. Even as you go just a little bit further into the game, the enemies start to throw out different types of attacks. I'm just pulling on knowledge from the first one. I haven't played this one too much yet. I'm only on chapter 3. Not here on the stream, in my own personal test file. The enemies will start to move around more, start to use ranged attacks, start to use different attack patterns, especially when they go into this desperation mode. Start to use status effects. You've got to learn when to dodge out of the way, and then when to get your licks in, basically. But they will not just let you beat on them. That's for sure. You have to start being smart with your attacks. And again, I'm just a little bit into it. I played a lot of the first game, and I can say some of those later fights get pretty crazy just because the enemy will start to throw out different attacks. Now, once you know the pattern, once you get patterns down, it makes it easier because you know when to button mash the enemy and when you need to roll out of the way and get out of the way. If you've ever played any Monster Hunter game, it's a lot like that. You have to know when you can push the enemy and really attack, and when you need to dodge out of the way and watch out for certain attacks. But attacks do start to get varied. Good to know you've helped me decide to buy it. Well, I really hope you enjoy the game. I think it's worth the money. I think it's great. I'm having a ton of fun. Make sure that you check out some more videos, though. They don't necessarily have to be mine. I only have the first stream up. But make sure you see some more videos on it. Maybe some like a later battle here and there, and get a feel for it. You know what? As a matter of fact, after I get through with this explanation, I'll show you a later battle. That way, you can get a feel for how the enemies will start to work. I can definitely do that for you. But the equipped boost here, you choose 3 and you put them on. Get back to the explanation. Okay, that's the next thing you can do. Now this Matama is 100% ready to go. You have the skills you want. So you chose defense, attack, control, etc. You've chosen the abilities you want. These. And now you have the boost on. That you want this Matama to have. Okay? You're set to go there. Now, once you get further into the game, just a little bit further, you unlock this evasive skill. Don't panic that the game just threw a new thing at you. This works exactly like the weapon, with one difference. The Matama you put here doesn't give you abilities. It doesn't give you taunt, shield, barrier, for example. It has its own set of abilities. All evasion skills are triggered by certain conditions. So for example, this attack one is triggered when you receive damage from the enemy and become incapacitated. That means reach 0 HP. And what the attack skill does is stop you from becoming incapacitated for a short period of time. Basically, it gives you a chance to heal yourself. This, again, just is dependent on playstyle. Constitution, or not Constitution, excuse me. I see Con, I think Constitution. Control makes an Oni doppelganger pop up. And if any enemy touches it, it explodes, damaging nearby enemies. It's to help get the enemies off your back after you purify a body part or purify an Oni. This all goes to playstyle. These are triggered automatically whenever that condition is met. You don't have to worry about using these. They'll be used for you. Just how each Matama type had different skills, each Matama type will have different evasion skills as well. Will have different evasion skills. You choose the one that fits for you. You can't have the same Matama on both. You can have the same type, so if I had a different defensive Matama, I could do that. But I don't, so you just choose one that works for you and it gets used automatically. Okay? Everybody with me so far? These Matama also get boosts. And you get these boosts as well. So remember how the defense had these healing boosts? Well, that's because you can have this defense one, for example, you could have it here on the evasive skill. They only stack for the weapon. Now that may sound a little complicated, but let me try to break it down. Ones that have a specific type to them, so like defense, healing, these have attack by them. See how they say attack? Will only work if you have access to that ability. So why these say inactive is because might, we don't have access to that ability. Look, I don't have might. I have taunt, shield, barrier. But I don't have might. So it doesn't work. But if I had another attack Matama on, for example, let's say I had one on, and I had access to might. Well, if I put another attack over here, and there's more might stuff, you can just stack it even further. I hope that makes sense. It's a little hard for me to explain when I don't have multiple of each type to really show you how that works. Now, Immortal works because that's the ability we have on right now. Evasion skill Immortal. So it works. Basically, you have to have access to the skill for it to work. The game's really nice about this. It'll say inactive if you're not currently able to use it. So you don't have to panic, oh man, what is might? What's luminescence? I don't know that. Don't worry about it. If it says inactive, you don't have access to it. So don't put it on. Just don't worry about it. Just know that boost for each one do work. Then, once you've gone through that process, okay, I have boost on. I have the evasion skill I want. Go to the next thing, the last thing. The attack skill. And it's the same process. Take a deep breath. Choose the attack skill that sounds cool. The one you'd like to try. Then, once you have it on, go to the boost. Choose the boost that you have access to that don't say inactive, and equip them. Just take it one slot at a time. Do the weapon first. That's the really important one, especially at the beginning when you're trying to figure all this out, because it goes, the weapon Matama are your abilities. So spend time on that one. Make sure you have it right. You have the abilities you want. Then go to the evasive skill. Choose that one. And choose the boost. Then do the same thing for the evasion skill. And then lastly, the same thing for the attack skill. The game does a good job of only giving you like one new Matama type at a time. So you can try them out. And it's like, I didn't like that. Just change to a new Matama type. Some will take more practice. Are the conditions for leveling them the same for every slot they can be in? Yes, the conditions will not change. The boost conditions, as you can see, summon a pet with summon disciple and have it Takanoni. That'll always be the same. It may be hard to do if you don't have access to that ability. But something basic like this, attack an Oni when your health is at max, that will always be the same no matter where it is. And all Matama that are equipped, all three here, will gain EXP as long as you're meeting the conditions. So you don't have to worry about that either. All three will gain EXP. Again, as long as you're meeting the condition. Once you have that set, you're good to go. That's the pretty basics of that's the basics of Matama and weapons. Again, choose the weapon first because that's what you're going to be fighting with. Go through the trainings, find the weapon that's good for you. I got extra Matama for free on Steam. Oh, that's cool. So it seems crazy right now. Okay, that I can definitely imagine. Depending on where you are in the game, again, don't panic. Just go through each Matama one at a time and take a look at them. Because there are, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different styles. So, yeah, if you got a bunch of different styles right off the bat, Kaioset, I bet it seems really overwhelming. But just follow how I went through it, and I think that'll help you a lot instead of just seeing why just all like gets thrown in your face and you're like super panicky. I understand. But hopefully that will that explanation I did there untangled some of the cobwebs. Thanks a lot for that explanation. No problem. I am always glad to help when I can. If you have any other questions later, feel free to ask. I'm really lucky to have a great chat. They really don't know this game either, a lot of them. That my usual people that show up here for chat. But they're awesome, and they're very helpful when they can be, and they're just nice. I have a great community here. So don't be afraid to ask questions. I answer them when I can. Sometimes I don't have the answer, but when I do, I'll do the best that I can. Luptinian, let me save here, and this will also give all of you here in chat a taste of some of the bigger demons that we'll be facing here in a little bit. Now remember, I'm only on chapter 3. We're just about to reach chapter 2 here, so I'm not that much more ahead. But you'll get like a taste for how later demons can work. At this point in the game, where we just got to, we got everything. I'm going overtime. It's fine. I'll let me text my friend real quick. This is what I get for getting into explanation and helping people. I enjoy when I can help people. I really do. He'll understand. And send. Okay, sorry about that. I am using a sword and shield for my personal playthrough, and you can also see how the armor and weapons start to look just really crazy. Here's the armor I'm wearing right now. It's mix matched. I have been able to get the whole different set, but I really like the chest piece. Looks like a uniform. It's cool. Do you know how many chapters there are in total? I do not, because I don't want to spoil anything for myself. So I have no clue. But I'll just take a mission, and let's fight. This is a bigger demon, but it's a little Indeed, thanks, Dragonus. Looks like we'll meet the 3 hours after all. Yeah, I think so. This is a bigger demon. He's not that much more complex, but you'll see that it'll give you an idea of the scope. How dare you not prioritize Fashion Oaken? Well, I gotta go get more materials to be able to do so. But this will give you some idea of the scope, and you'll see a few characters here that we don't have yet, but I'll take. Gwen Benezuki and Toukiden. And I'll use the sword and shield as well, like Gwen, like Gwen. We will, like I said, there's not, you won't get a scope of just the enemy throwing out a bunch of different attacks, but you'll get a scope of like how big some of the demons can get. And this one's still not the biggest one I've seen so far. This demon, it's called an Edax. Nope, ow! Oh yeah, I have the healing Matama on. I was like, where's my shield? And he does this, which is really creepy. He makes a mouth on his stomach, and then he attacks differently when it's out. There's a few different body parts to break off. There are the horns up top, the back spikes. Stop that. That's going to be your best friend, by the way, the countering the big moves with the demon hand. Make sure you're on the ball with that. 2 legs, 2 arms. to hit the back spikes, you're going to need a ranged weapon or a weapon that will allow you to launch. Are we allowed to post links? Not typically. What are you gonna link? Typically I say no, just for the fact that I just don't want everybody posting links. What do you got? Crusade? Hope I pronounced that right. Regardless, welcome to the stream. Another form of a big boss on my game. Sure. Sure, I'll allow that. That way, people can get an idea. Well, when you get them to fall, you'll get a better swing at the backside. Yes, the horns are ready. So again, this guy's not very hard either, but this one gives you kind of more of an idea of what the demons could draw. And see him just like rolling around can't hit you and do damage to it. So you really gotta be a little bit more on the ball with your attacks. Have I tried out the multiplayer yet? Yes, I have. I've played it with a friend. The way the multiplayer is you do missions like this. You don't do the story, sadly. With other people, it's single player only. But it is fun to go gather materials, and the missions are different than the missions you see in single player. But it's the same type. And there you go. Again, this one's an easier one, but you can see he had a few different attacks. By the way, here's the sword and shield, the two different attack styles. See how it has a spike out now? I talked about this the first stream, and then there's the blocking stance. But the multiplayer is fun to play with friends, especially if you're going around trying to get like a certain set of gear. And it's like, yeah, I want to run this demon, until I get all the drops that I need, because I want to make the full set because it looks cool. And again, it's separate from the single player. In fact, I can go into a multiplayer lobby and show you how it works. I just won't have anybody play with. So you go to the portal stone, jump to other headquarters, play online. And the characters are for both, as you'll see. I'll just create a lobby. Invite everybody. I guess somebody could join right now if they really wanted to, because they could see the password. But, anyway. You see, it's still the same character, still the same gear and everything. You have access to parts of town. Not everything, but here is blacksmith shop. You still have access to those. You still have access to Kuon, both of her things. You go to the reception desk. You can. I haven't done the ruins exploration, so I don't. I read the explanation, so I know what it's like, but I haven't done it personally. It's like a gauntlet. So you go floor by floor, like fighting just random battles, and you choose to quit. I think it's every 5 floors, and then you can either take your spoils and run, or go deeper for more. But what you'll mainly be doing is group mission. And the phases are different than single player. You'll have just a list of missions. Once you complete all the red missions, it will unlock the next phase for multiplayer. And you keep doing that. But it works just like the mission we took earlier in the stream. You choose whichever one you want to do, select it, choose your party. If you don't have a full party of like friends to play with, that's okay. I'll just choose this one for example. People you've met, you can use their characters. So Sir Gun and Killbag, these are friends of mine. I'm playing on PS4. Is where I have it. I have it on PS4. And you can like take basically shadows of their character, or you can take the NPCs you've met. You can take them. So I could take Togetsugu, Benezuki, and Gwynigi. If I had a person playing with me, I could take 2 NPCs. So the NPCs will fill out your party, is what I'm trying to say. So I chose a mission, you go to the gate. Once everybody goes to the gate, you do the mission. Once you're done with the mission, you come back here, still in the lobby and everything, and go through however many missions you want. When you're done playing multiplayer, you can always leave by going to the portal stone. But that's how multiplayer works. You're just running those missions. There's no story. Like there is here in single player, which is sad. I wish you could do the story together, but I understand why, because you usually have a full party of NPCs with you. So one of your friends would be taking one of their spots, and then you may miss dialogue or something like that. So they just didn't want to go through all that, would be my guess. Are the NPCs good enough to do multiplayer missions with? The NPCs are very competent, just in general. Sometimes they get hit when they shouldn't, but they're not dumb AI, that's for sure. They'll use their abilities. If you go down, they'll try to revive you. They are at least competent. You can further give AI orders. Let me walk outside. Make sure I get all the NPCs out here. You can give the NPCs further orders here. Free mode, focus on attacking, which is left. Free mode is up. Aid, which is right, which they will focus more on recovery type abilities. And down, which is follow, which they will stay close to you. Consolidated is all the NPCs. You can also assign each NPC specific commands. So you can give them to all the NPCs at once, or if you want certain NPCs to be doing certain things, you can assign just assign these general commands one at a time and give them different commands. For like the really, really tough stuff, I don't know about the NPCs in this game. Like I said, I haven't gone that far, but so far so good. They've been really good so far. So that's my 2 cents. It's hard for me to gauge the in-game stuff. If their AI's anywhere near like Toukiden 1, like I said, they'll at least be competent. They'll at least be decent. That's my personal experience. Like, you don't have to worry about them standing there doing nothing. They'll at least go after the Oni. They'll take their swings. They'll heal themselves. They'll use their abilities. Not at the rate that a player would use them, but they will use them, and they will do their their best to help you. So I hope that answers your question. Yeah, I've seen that enemy. Okay, I just now clicked the link. Yeah, I've seen that enemy. I actually have access to that enemy on this file. I faced it once. But yeah, you'll see all different kinds of enemies. They'll all attack differently. Some of them are slow, like the Edax, which really works for me and how I play. But I'm not very good with really fast enemies, and some enemies, like that one, that picture, are really fast, super aggressive. Some enemies will be aggressive, but might try to take to the air, use ranged attacks. Stay out of reach of your physical attackers for some parts of the fight. Which just, again, adds to like the variety of enemies. I think they've done a really good job. They took, from what I've seen, they took the things that made the first game a lot of fun to play and just added more. Better story, characters that are even more interesting, and I like the characters in the first one, but these characters are even more interesting to me in some regards. New weapons, kind of cleaned up some of the weapons, gave a few of them some new abilities. More demons to fight, different types of demons. This game might end up being like niche to a lot of people, but if you like Monster Hunter games, or just what you've seen from me looks like fun on a single player level, you should definitely pick it up. If the story interests you, you should pick this game up. If the fighting interests you, if like the whole Monster Hunter formula, fighting stuff to gather materials, to make better gear, to fight even stronger stuff, to make even better gear, to fight even stronger stuff, etc., etc. If like that formula is fun, you should definitely, it's fun to you, you should definitely pick up Toukiden 2. And I'm getting absolutely nothing from them for saying that. Here's getting my honest review. I thoroughly enjoyed the first game, and I am enjoying this game so far even more.
Yes.
Like, just to show you, weapons. You can end up making a bunch of different weapons, and this is just the tip of the iceberg from the different Oni you face. And you'll face lots of different Oni. Different elements of weapons. Different statistics. That you have to go and you have to gather different materials. And if it's just like the first game, once you think you've seen everything, the game will have some more tricks for you. Just because an enemy looks the same doesn't mean it's necessarily the same, especially when the name changes. You see a name change in the mission, but it's like, oh, that looks like something I've already fought. Don't think it's going to be exactly the same. A lot of it will be the same, but not everything. So you can look forward to that too. In fact, that's about to happen in the stream. So, which is why I'm just go ahead and point that out now. But again, if this formula, like the Monster Hunter type formula, appeals to you at all, you should definitely give this game a try, because I think you'll really enjoy this game, because it takes that formula and does some really awesome things with it. That's going to do it for this stream, unless I got any other questions, anything, some last minute things I can do here for any of you in chat, any other questions you may have. I'll be, more than happy to answer what I can, because again, this is what I love to do. This is the best part of Let's Playing and streaming to me, is when I can Well, not the best part. It's tied for the best part. The best part is just having you all in chat when you're going back and forth with me, and we're having a lot of fun and a lot of laughs. But you all know me. I love it when I can answer questions about games and help people. I'm never the expert because there's always somebody out there that knows more. But I like to think I can answer a lot of questions. So I try to be an expert, but I enjoy helping. Is the main thing. Sometimes I can't, but I do try. Any weapon you think I should try first? That's a good question. Let me pull up all the weapons here. Let's see. It depends a lot on your playstyle. If you like faster weapons, give the knives a try. I think the knives are a really good fast swinging weapon. Each strike will do less damage than other weapons, but you swing really fast. Just an overall, if you want more relaxed gameplay, use a bow. I just stand in one spot and fire away. Yeah, if you want more ranged, use a bow or a rifle. Personally, I like the rifle more than the bow. But all the weapons are good. That's something I can say about this game, which is really good. All the weapons are good. It's just your play style. To start with, I think the Naginata is a really good starting weapon. The moves are really straightforward. The special ability of the Naginata is very straightforward. Hit enemy, swing faster. That's that's how the Naginata works. And just the controls are the controls are more on the basic side, I think. Plus you get some range with the Naginata. I think it's a really good weapon to start with. Again, if you like swinging really fast, knives are also, I think, a really good starting weapon. But for me, I would say Naginata to try if you're feeling like overwhelmed with all the weapon choices. Give it a try. I can say that chat loved the chain whip. The chain whip has some more intricate things with it, more button presses, more things you can do. But it's a really fun weapon once you get used to using it. And again, all the weapons are fun. The sword and shield has a lot for it. I think I would say the one thing I would stay away from really is the sword and shield until you're feeling more comfortable with the game, because it has two different stances, different attacks for both stances. There's more to the sword and shield. Wait, there's my 2 cents. You can always the training opens up real early. You have to pick a weapon to start with, but after like the very, very initial tutorial, this opens up really quick, and then you can play with each weapon, and you don't have to worry about like buying a weapon. You start with the base weapon of each type. Can you switch up weapons mid-game, or do you have to pick at the beginning and stick with it? You can choose weapons whenever you want. Like I have this sword and shield. I've made I've made a lot of sword and shields. Yeah, I made some daggers, so I can switch my daggers. These are called annihilators. And then I can just go out fighting with daggers. You can change whenever you want. If you change a lot, just know you're going to be going and having to get more materials. Because you'll be making different sets of weapons. But again, if you enjoy doing that, that's just more fun. You know, it's not a hassle or a chore. It's, you know, oh man, I get to fight this demon again with different weapons and see how it plays out. One last thing I can point out is, since we're on talking about equipment, you can register sets of equipment and change to them instead of just changing one piece at a time. You can change them all. So I just have, some of them I haven't even named, but here I have like a rifle set up. Change register equipment, and I can just change to this set of equipment. And that's the Matama, the boost, the weapon, everything. And you just... Well, not everything. It doesn't change the armor. I don't think. It may change everything when you register the equipment. Anyway, you can have different setups for different situations. So don't feel like you're pigeonholed into one thing. Far from it. To me, the brilliance of Toukiden is you can really play your way. It may not always work, but you can try. But you can switch. You can't switch on the fly. You can't switch while you're out on a mission. But while you're here in the base, you can switch as much as you want. I could go, like I have this sword. This is just the basic sword. Congrats, Crusade! You're just about where this file is, which I'm sadly really not playing that much anymore because I'm gonna just play the stream and go through the story there. But I have this sword. So you can switch your weapons here as much as you want. Just know the more that you switch between different weapons, of course, the more stuff you're going to have to gather and to make all these different kind of weapons. So try the ones you recommend and pick which one I like the most. That's the best you can do. Because again, everybody plays different, so it's hard to say what's, like if I were asked you, what's the best weapon in this game? There's really not. It's your playstyle. What do you like to use? The training, like I can't iterate this enough. The training is really good. It'll go through each move like a little chunk at a time. The trainings don't even last that long either. You don't have to think, alright, gonna start sword training. Here goes the next 30 minutes. No, it's not gonna be anything like that. Probably like 5 minutes. Just to give you how the weapon works, like I said, just one chunk at a time. To teach you how to use the weapon, just the button presses. What's your streaming schedule currently? I stream Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Tuesday, I don't stream Tuesday because that's the one day I go out with friends since everybody's off that day. So I don't stream Tuesday, but I stream Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 2 to 5 Central Standard Time, CST. That's the current streaming schedule and the one that I'm trying to stick to. I don't post a lot on Twitter, but if you want to follow me on Twitter, I always post like 30 minutes or an hour before I start streaming. So that's a good way to get like an update in case I cancel or I'm moving the time. Just because I got busy or something came up. That's where I post things for stream. I post it on Twitter. Twitter handle's the same as the channel here, Cendril89, so at Cendril89. Feel free to follow in there. I don't post a lot of stuff other than stream, and every once in a while something I'm interested in. So you don't have to worry about me blowing up your Twitter. But that's the current streaming schedule. Again, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 2 to 5 Central Standard Time, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. So, stream tomorrow because Thursday. Hope to see all of you back. And if you're playing Toukiden right now, I hope you're having a ton of fun. If you end up picking up for yourself, hope you have a ton of fun. And if you just drop by the stream, talk with me, have fun, and just having a good time, I'm super happy for that too. Thanks for answering all my questions, Cendril. Have a good afternoon. Well, it was a pleasure, and I hope you come back and have fun with the stream. As White Dragon has said, yes, you can always check him out on YouTube. Yeah, I'm on YouTube. I've been a Let's Player for years, so you can see some of my Let's Plays on there, Cendril89, same as on here. Already subscribed. Thank you! Thank you for subscribing. Every subscription matters, and if you end up checking out some LPs, I hope you have a lot of fun, because that's the main thing I'm about. To give information and having a lot of fun, laughs, and positive attitude. That's what we're about here. So, thank all of you for being here in chat. I really appreciate it. I'm glad I could answer some questions and give some advice to everybody. Enjoy your adventures in Toukiden 2, and until tomorrow, again, thanks for watching. I'm Cendril89. Remember to shoot for the stars, and take care, everyone.